What is up YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and we have finally come to the end of the Spec Op 26 task list. That's right, in this video we're going to be showing the final 4 tasks, and this will include the fight with the final boss of Mission 3. And for those of you who haven't faced him yet, he has a big surprise. So keep watching and I'll try to have you as prepared as you can possibly be. Now of course where we last left off was with the final research, and that was for the Legion Transponder. In my opinion, this is a promising AoE weapon that I will certainly be trying out in PvP. Especially since I got another piece of the set, and for those who watched my epic Ultron video, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, that's the subject for another video. After completing this task, you get 200 experience, and you can move on to number 22. Cool and collected. Use the Legion Transponder 3 times, and equip the Legion Pulse Rifle Mark 1 and the Legion Blade Mark 1. Now I'll be honest with you, something happened when I did the first recording for this task, so I went ahead and recorded what I did one more time for video purposes. And basically what I did was bring in one of the hardiest teams that I could think of, Iron Fist and Rescue. My whole goal was to complete this task in one threat, so I just brought those two in to heal and stall, and then I was going to rely on the Legion Transponder to take down the enemies. This worked out perfectly, and I'm even going to complete it in a medium threat. One interesting thing about this task though, is when it says equip those other 2 items, that really is all you have to do. As soon as you place them on your agent, you'll see check marks pop up, so technically you don't even have to bring them into battle. However, they're going to reduce the cooldown on the Legion Transponder to 1 round. And this is very crucial if you want to use it 3 times in a single threat. But you don't have to do that. You could even go to the Villain Archive and use it on any boss there, so long as you use it 3 times. That really is all there is to it. It's not tricky or difficult, but the following task can be, especially if you don't know what's coming. But let's slow down because we're going to get there very soon, and there's a really long battle that will ensue. For now, I do want to let everyone know that I'm on the Hulk part, and I will be doing the epic battle with him very soon. Following that, I'll take care of the simulator as well. My only issue has been unstable ISO8 because I can't even view messages, and so hopefully if I get just a little bit more today, I'll be able to knock that part out and have the video as soon as I can. As far as the Hulkbuster uniform, I don't think I have to say spoiler alert, we're going to get it at the end of this video. I've had a brief chance to play around with it just a little bit, and while I do like it, I also agree with everyone that we probably would have just rather had the Hulkbuster uniform itself, and not the whole powering up thing. Still, on the other side of the coin, we get access to some very nice abilities for Iron Man, including one that's stealthy and causes open wound. Plus, of course, Unibeam, which also has Shield Breaker. Then on top of that, remember, the regular Iron Man suit has Pays the Bills, which grants Boonbuster to all allies featured in the Avengers Age of Ultron. That list is going to grow in the near future, and Boonbuster is fantastic. So maybe, just maybe, they knew what they were doing after all. Of course, we still need something to counter those worthy, so maybe one of the Avengers Age of Ultron costumes will help us out more with them. That sure would be nice. But there you have it, that's how you complete task number 22. And now on to number 23. We now have to defeat Ultimate Ultron. And we'll call him the regular Ultimate Ultron, because there's also an epic version. This one's the normal boss of Spec Op 26 Mission 3, and then the epic version will follow. That is, if you completed all the threats and all deploys. Now in this fight, we are facing all the mini-bosses and the boss himself, but admittedly we had faced him one time before. I brought in Iron Fist each time and we did defeat him our very first encounter, but allow me to explain exactly what happened. I believe Baron Zemo was already dead, so we didn't have to fight him, but that's not the problem at all. If you do have problems with the mini-bosses, then just take them out before you face this final encounter. Anyways though, basically what I was doing was using Iron Fist to prevent debuffs on my entire team. And because of this, we easily go through all the waves. Now once you get to the final wave, Ultimate Ultron will be there. And by himself, he's not too much of a problem. Out of nowhere though, Vision is going to cross over to his side, while following some dialogue. But still, it came as a complete shock. Here we are, just my agent and Iron Fist, and Vision has joined the enemy. So all I could think was, you traitor. This is where you could definitely have some problems. And it could go a number of ways. Depending on turn order, they could end up just blasting Iron Fist, for example. This is what happened my very first time through. Iron Fist was taken out, and just my agent had to defeat both of the enemies. I barely was able to do so. Now granted, it didn't help that I had the Legion Transponder and 2 of the lesser Legionnaire set pieces equipped. I would seriously recommend something like the Magnetic Field Generator, that way you could go into that final wave with a shield. That's one of the first changes I made. So now you have a shield that absorbs damage, and if it breaks, you'll get a turn. That turn could be extremely useful because you could use something like the Chrono Accelerator, healing items, or anything else crucial like that. What I would recommend is once you get a turn, use a Chrono Accelerator on each of your teammates. Get as many turns and attacks as possible, and take down at least one of the enemies. So deal with Ultron or that traitor Vision. Once you take one down, dealing with one by themselves isn't nearly as difficult. But I do want to also address one other scenario that has happened, and that's when you get a Vision that goes into phased constantly. So I have seen him go phased, and then he just kept using Microwave Pulse. If this happens and you don't have a character or a weapon that can hit through phased, then just continuously use items. For me, I used Presence on him, and they do hurt him through his phasing. So that's always one last resort. If you have to do it, then try whatever damaging items you have. So coming very soon is when the shock occurs. Yes, I do take down the Sentry, and then after that, just start attacking Ultimate Ultron. Make sure to keep your health up and just bide your time. In my case, I'm going to use a Chrono Accelerator on Iron Fist, and that way we can use the Heart of Shou-Lao, heal, remove debuffs, and prevent them. There really is nothing worse than being unable to act, which is what had just happened to my agent. So we'll prevent that from happening, especially since the most crucial part of the fight is about to come up. You could also receive very similar results by using the Lost Page of Ashanti and Gene Inoculation. So just remember, items are your friend. Uh-oh, and here we go, the surprising moment of Spec Op 26. Ultron tells Vision to turn on us. And he does. Now I know he couldn't help it, but still, I definitely felt double-crossed. But since it was our turn, we right away went and used a Chrono Accelerator, and that's going to give our agent a chance to act. I can't even tell you how important this is. So hopefully you have a few items saved. With those 2 turns, we're going to use the Magnetic Field Generator to give us a shield, the Neurotrope to give us some needed buffs, and then the Blind Justice on Ultimate Ultron. Our goal would be to take him down as fast as we possibly can. So we go all out attack on him, and we take him below 5,000 HP. After that, Vision attacks our agent, and he's going to get counterattacked because of combat awareness. Then Ultron unfortunately gets 2 attacks himself, but with his second hit, he's going to cause a counterattack from Iron Fist. This drops his health all the way down, but yes, he doesn't leave right away. After a huge hit on Vision though, he does disassemble, and that's going to be the end of this encounter. So with that win, that's going to be the end of task number 23, and we get 5,000 silver as a reward. Following this task, it's going to be the most unstable ISO 8 intensive task of the entire Spec Ops. At least it will be for most of us. That's because you have to complete 3 stars of mastery in all Spec Op 26 missions. For any mission you don't have 3 stars yet, you have to go back and run it again. That's what I had to do, and that's why I ran out of unstable ISO 8. But still, we did get it finished, and for that you get 200 experience, and then you can move on to the final task. Here's where you have to defeat the epic Ultimate Ultron, and he is the epic boss of Spec Op 26 Mission 3. In order to get him to appear, you have to do all deploys and all threats. The deploys include Nova, Hank Pym, and Squirrel Girl. Just click on the link that's on the screen and you'll get to see an entire video dedicated to the epic boss. But since this fight does have its own video, we're going to skip to when the task is completed. And with that, we've finished Spec Op 26. You will get 1 CP as a reward, and then the big reward is going to be Avengers Age of Ultron Iron Man. You get both costumes for free, the Blaster and Bruiser, and both of those of course change into Hulkbuster. So that's it, the task list finale. I do hope that this list helped you, and I want to thank you all for watching. Tune in to see a Hulkbuster video very soon, as well as everything you need to do to unlock Age of Ultron Hulk. That is going to be it for this one, but please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, good luck, and take care.